Hope all you swabbies are still awake. Late Night Mega here, and we stopped the last video right in the middle of a major boss fight. We can do that because the game is turn-based. So we're fighting this underwater boss now. This is still like, I don't know, some sort of sin spawn. Sin spawn Eucalyptus. Giant tentacle thing. Yeah, let's take care of these other sin spawn scales. Sin scales. Because they'll ram us and do quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, they tend to respawn just about as fast as we can kill them. This is giving us a nice amount of extra experience, though. Blender. That doesn't sound pleasant. Oh, that was not pleasant. Okay, we need to attack the boss. And the boss is weak to dark. You can see Waka's blind ball got the blind status on him, or dark status. Yeah, I just don't know how much it's worth. Yeah, we overkilled that one. Going after the sin scales. Because basically, the pattern we're currently doing, we'll get one hit on the boss, and then kill the two sin scales, and then one hit on the boss before he summons more sin scales. And this isn't the most productive way to go about things. And we got dark on him again. If he does another blender attack, we're gonna have to... I had to say it, didn't I? We're gonna have to start using some potions. Yeah, we better not chance this, so... I don't want to heal the boss, no. We'll take out that sin scale, so it doesn't bother us. And then they come back and bother us anyways. But we can potion up. Alright, we should be good now. Enough playing around with this boss. Let's finish him off. I don't know exactly how much HP he has. Maybe around like 1,500 to 2,000. The challenging part of this boss is, well, you have those sin scales constantly coming, but you also only have 2 characters instead of 3. Oh, here we go with another blender. Yeah, looks like everything is getting a turn. So let's just take out the... Is the boss almost dead? This guy's really not supposed to be as difficult as I'm making him out to be. Once again, I don't mind using potions because, well, I tend to rarely use potions in Final Fantasy games anyways. There's some exceptions, but yeah, for only 200 HP heals, they don't... It's not a lot for this game. Oh, he finally hit us with Drain Touch. Yeah, let's get Darkness on him again. There we go, just in time to kill him. And he explodes. In a really interesting fashion. I like that. And there's our AP we got some level ups to deal with, and oh my gosh, we are all set on power and mana spheres for quite a while. But before we can deal with any of that, we have another cutscene to deal with. Well, how do we normally deal with cutscenes? We just kind of sit back and watch them. This isn't good. This must be that Kilika village. You people might want to run. But there's something I was kind of hinting at last time. Why... I mean, it seems so far we've only seen Sin attack, you know, coastland areas or out on the water, out on some boat somewhere. There's enough places to reside in the inland areas where you wouldn't have to be by all this water, and this town looks really frail. It's made by a bunch of wood boards out on what's essentially a gigantic dock town. And so Sin is just ripping this place apart. And we're seeing people die. Man, he's gonna end up wiping out this entire town. Well, that was kind of rude. But that's Sin for you.
When Sin attacked Xanarkand that day, I woke up in Spira. I kept hoping it would work in reverse, too.
Yeah, it's kind of a mystery why it doesn't.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
I was just fooling myself. Maybe it was that day, on the sea, under the burning sun. I started to give up hope. I was in a foreign world. I wasn't going home. This was my new reality, and I was stuck in it for good.
Well, I guess you better just make do of the reality you have and stick with our friends here. I mean, that's what I'd recommend doing. See, you can see, like, a lot of inland parts. Although Sin can fly through the air and attack, so I guess it doesn't matter too much, but I don't know, it just seems that he more frequently attacks water areas. It just seems like it'd be smarter to try and build inland.
Greetings. I am the summoner Yuna. I have come from the temple in Besaid.
Oh, milady summoner!
If there is no other summoner here, please allow me to perform the sending.
The what now?
Thanks be to ye.
Our loved ones. We feared they would become fiends.
Wait, what?
Please, take me to them.
Well, it looks like we're introducing a new twist or mechanic to the world of Spira in Final Fantasy X here.
We'll go see what we can do to help in town.
Or plot point? Yeah, it's more of a plot point than anything else. Well, half the town is still here. We'll touch the save point just to refill, and we can go sphere gridding. So we go, well, we can go 2 spaces this way on Lulu's board. And use speed, yeah, it is speed. I know how to read today. Speed sphere to increase evasion. 2 things we can increase. Agility, which you use a speed sphere, and accuracy, which you use a speed sphere for. We're gonna run out of speed spheres soon. And I'm gonna tongue twister myself on speed spheres. Yeah, we can increase Wakka's magic by 2. I don't know what that really does. I guess there's no harm in moving Yuna to here, because you can use the abilities. Yeah, there's Null Shock. And Null Frost. I want to say we might need one of those Null abilities soon. Kamari, I'm gonna come back to him. And the other Yuna thing I'm gonna hold off on. Just because I don't even want to go below 2 ability spheres, just in case there's another ability for someone else that I really need to get before we get to Wakka's extract ability. Which, the extract ability did not exist in the original PS2 release, so I think that's something that was added in the, or I should say added for the international version, which is kind of this version. And I like the concept behind that. Oh, and I did do some more research on the sphere grid and the expert sphere grid.
What's ascending? Are we going somewhere?
You truly are clueless. Are you sure it's just your memory that's the problem?
You could just, you know, be nice and explain it to them.
Need guidance.
But they're dead. What kind of guidance do they need?
Filled with grief over their own death, they refuse to face their fate. They yearn to live on and resent those still alive.
How can they do any of that if they're dead?
You see, they envy the living.
Again, not something you
And
can
in
do if
time,
you're dead. Or are
that
they
envy turns
zombies?
to anger, even hate. Should these souls remain in Spira, they become fiends that prey on the living.
Oh.
Sad,
So it's the souls that
isn't
are...
it? The sending takes them to the far plane, where they may rest in peace.
Oh, okay.
Summoners do this?
Yeah, once again, another thing that only summoners do. Makes sense why the summoners are, like, highly regarded throughout the land. And I guess they can also walk on water. I mean, yeah, why not? Well, this is a franchise with magical abilities, so that almost fits in. So yeah, basically, when creatures die, you might have noticed, even this happens with monsters, that you see those little soul things escape from them. They have a specific name, which we'll learn later in the game, at a point where, you know, we probably could have just learned it here and been done with it. But yeah, basically when the souls of people are around or they die, and they don't go to the far plane on their own, you need a summoner to send them there. And if the souls linger around, apparently they turn into nasty fiends and start attacking people, just like Lulu said. However, I don't think... I could be misremembering this, but I don't think there's ever an instance in the game where we see these souls turn into fiends, which I would kind of have liked that at some part in the game, just to kind of show that that can happen, just kind of bridge that gap. Okay, Yuna, I think you're just showing off now. Actually, I believe this scene was designed to kind of show off the PS2's capabilities and graphics. It's a very nice looking scene. And remember, Final Fantasy X was kind of early on in the PS2 era. So there were a lot of things like this just to kind of show off what the PS2 can do. Heck, this might have even been a launch title or near launch title for the PS2. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, and I almost never get consoles
It must be
at
tough, being a
launch.
summoner.
Yuna chose her own path. She knew from the beginning what it meant.
But you're not going to
All
fully
we can
explain to
do
us what it really
Is
means until
protect
like
her
halfway
along
through,
the way, until the end.
which that
Until
really
the
bothers me.
End?
Yeah, the end when she fights Sin.
What's the end?
And why did that get everybody's attention all of a sudden?
until she defeats sin.
Okay, why did you make such a big deal out of that question?
I hope I did okay.
You did very well. They've reached the far plane by now, but no tears next time. Hmm?
I wished there would never be a next time.
That's what I was
No more
thinking.
people being killed by sin. No more sendings for Yuna. Everyone stood there watching her. It was strange, and somehow horrifying. I
Good way
never
to
wanted to
describe
see
it.
it again.
I like some of the narration that's sprinkled in here. Alright, now we wake up and it's the next day. Alright, we have a village to explore, or half a village to explore. We don't need to save it. Well, we have done some... Wait a minute, what did you say? No, I wanted to... I'm gonna be a blitzball when I grow up? A blitzball? Really? You want to be the ball? Waka, why don't you just pick up this kid and throw him into the water? Seems like the type of thing you do.
You awake? Captain Walker's waiting for you.
Oh, good. Let's not go see him right away and go elsewhere. Hey, there's a treasure. Let's talk to people first. Oh, the toxin. Again, supposedly with the toxin. The way that they use the whole Sin's toxin thing, it just feels like they're just like coming up with an excuse for people. Yeah, that's kind of how reality works. Oh, that doesn't look safe. Well, that was close. Your house is destroyed, but you're okay. Wait, is that guy like sawing the part of the steps that's actually fine? We will not question this. It's Spira. There's all sorts of funky things that happen here. Alright, let's go in here, which, well, this is where that girl is, and we'll just come right in and take your treasure. Oh, and there's an Albed primer here, number 4. Yeah, so make sure you grab that. That one's a bit easier to see. Oh, yeah, that was your sister. Okay. Yeah, I'll make sure I grab the treasure of your appreciation. Yeah.
Ah, there you are. Be said Aurochs, huddle. On to the temple, where we pray for victory.
We're not going to keep trying to fix
High
the city?
Summoner O'Holland used to live in the Kilika temple here. Yep. Lord O'Holland was once a great blitzer, you know.
Waka. Praying for victory's all good. But is this right?
Something wrong with enjoying blitzball?
Is this really the time?
This is the only time. The players fight with all their strength. The fans cheer for their favorite team. They forget pain, suffering. Only the game matters. That's why Blitz has been around for so long. At least that's what I think.
Whatever you say.
So the sport is there
play
just to kind
and
of
win,
distract people from the impending doom of sin.
Right.
Temple's beyond the jungle there. Let's go.
It's basically like a much more complex production of a fidget spinner then. Yeah, I went there. Oh, we have a shop. Let's see what they have. That has sensor. I don't care. Rod of Wisdom. That's worse than our Rod of Wisdom, so I don't care. Scout. I don't care. Cactar Scope. Well, it has sensor. So I might get that, because I do want Lulu to have the sensor thing. We have a spear that, for Kamari, that's basically the same as other spears. It has the piercing ability, which that'll be important. Seeker's Shield, the Seeker's Ring, that's worse than the ring we have. Yeah, that's kind of the weird part about some of the armor and weapons in this game, is they can be functionally worse or functionally better than armor with the same name that we already have. Or that we pick up from, like, enemy drops or whatever. So yeah, it's really odd. We can sell off some of the... Yeah, this staff's no good. The buckler, yeah, no. It doesn't do anything. Ring, it doesn't do anything. Official ball... I'm gonna hang on to that one. Moogle, it doesn't do anything. Not that we're gonna do a whole bunch of attacks with, or physical attacks with Lulu anyways, but if we do, her attack animation is kind of interesting. Basically, she sets the doll on the ground, and the doll just kind of hops up without, like, moving its arms or anything. It just kind of hops like a, you know, a doll would, and then smacks the thing. It'll do like 12 damage. Before I forget to equip other things, let's take care of that. Oh, there's a guy swimming. I like swimming. Okay. Well, you practice then. What are we supposed to be doing anyway? We're supposed to be finding Waka. Where is he? Oh, we already found Waka. We have to go, head towards the temple. AKA find Waka again, because he ran up ahead of us. And now we get this sort of, I guess we could call this a dungeon. I can move Waka.
What's up?
Yuna's saying she wants you with us.
Huh?
Well, I've kind of
I want-
been with her.
To ask you to be my guardian.
Oh,
You know what?
that.
There's no time for jokes, yeah? He may be a blitzball whiz kid, but up against fiends, he's a newbie.
He's been swinging around a sword just fine.
Not a guardian, then. I just want him nearby.
Wow.
What? What do you mean?
Oh, I love
It's just
Waka's
that-
reaction there.
Well,
We're all going to the temple anyway. Can't this wait till later?
Well, if Titus becomes a guardian,
I'm
then
sorry.
he can
I shouldn't have.
There's nothing to be sorry about.
then he can
I'm just not
enter
really sure
the
what's going
temple
on.
officially without breaking all the rules.
My apologies.
And I guess all you have to do to be a guardian is be asked to be one by the summoner. Yeah, that's all it takes. Okay, there's several paths we can head on. You can probably see the thing up ahead there. I don't know what that says. We can't fully read Elbed yet. But yeah, we have some different paths to take. Ooh, manospheres. In fact, what usually happens to me in this area is not super mazy, but it's one of those things where I will have to backtrack like 20 times over just to make sure I get all the treasures, because I'll end up running past them all the first time.
Kimari,
Oh.
why don't you use Lancet on it?
Kamari tutorial
What's a
battle.
Lancet?
There were 7
Normally,
parts and we're
it's a
still doing
skill that weakens
tutorials.
enemies and heals the user. But when a Ronso uses it, that Ronso can sometimes learn Fiend's abilities.
Hey, sounds cool.
That kind of makes Kamari like the blue mage of the game. Unfortunately, you can only use his blue magic as an overdrive. We'll give Lulu a turn there. And we'll tag to Yuna. Yeah, this is what you have to do to make sure everybody gets a turn. We'll have her equip the Seeker's Ring that she already has equipped. And with a short recharge time, we can tag in to Waka and have him equip the thing. Yeah, so to use Kimari's blue magic, you have to use his overdrive. So, and most of the blue magics, they aren't really worthwhile to use. They're not. It's not really a good use of an overdrive. So yeah, we won't be using them too much. I mean, we'll use them when we get them, but they won't be that impressive. Okay, everyone's had a turn. Ouch. Oh, you're immune to dark. Yeah, at that point I wasn't going to switch in Lulu and use magic. More sphere levels. Oh yeah, I also have to discuss what I'm going to do with Kamari's sphere thing. Because Kamari's sphere grid, you see, is a bit different from everyone else. Kamari is basically going to very shortly have the option to go into one of four different people's sphere grids. Like, he can go into Waka's, he can go into Lulu's, he can go into Riku's sphere grid. And, yeah, that's just kind of what Kamari does. So from a sphere grid standpoint, he's kind of an extra. I think somewhere in this whole game, we have one too many characters from a plot perspective, from a gameplay battle perspective with the whole tag in, tag out thing, because tagging in and out to make sure you have all 7 characters act in the same battle is kind of tedious. Right, Titus? Yeah, we have a preemptive strike, which you can see we're going to get a lot of turns in before the enemies do. Waka waka boom! He'll take out the flyers with that. And, well, we'll tag in Kamari. I could use his overdrive, but I really don't even care to do that. We'll tag in Lulu.
Now what?
And sometimes they have phrases that they use mid-battle. Thank you for all of the demonstrations, Lulu.
Take that.
And everyone had a turn. So we can
yeah?
finish off the enemies. Yeah, sure. But yeah, that's where I feel that having 7 characters has become a little bit too much to manage. And the whole sphere grid thing with Kamari. But I'll go over what I think about who the extra characters are, or is, when we get later in the game.